I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now that it's Monday. I'm so happy and grateful now that we get the opportunity to share love very strategically and organically. There's nothing to prove, nothing to protect, nothing to hide, and nothing to defend. Especially amongst real friends in green winter sweaters and curly hair. What a wonderful gift it is to not have to prove, protect, hide, or defend yourself. Just for today. Just for today, I will sit under the sea by a shipwreck and be loved. And Tara will sit in a cafe with it snowing, and neither one of us are truly in those spaces. It's the technology of the moment that allows us to play and have fun and be present together over this cup of coffee. Have you had your coffee yet? Oh, there it is.
I waited for the first sip for morning boost, you know?
Cheers to us.
Cheers.
Cheers to us. Cheers to the good life. Is it get down this morning?
No, it's still from the, I don't know what brewery it is, but is it a roastery, whatever, what coffee shop it's from, somewhere in northern Minnesota, but small coffee shop in northern Minnesota.
Gotta sing the praises of Minnesota coffee. It's really, really good. This morning I'm drinking the Get Down Coffee Co., sponsored by Tara Paolo Studio to help move things forward as it relates to the Love Experience and Love in Action Network. And who doesn't need a good cup of Java every once and again? I'm going to also make sure that I pull up our stream over on YouTube. So just in case our community drops through, I'll be able to see if anybody stops by. All right, Tara, help me pick this card this morning. Every day is a fresh baby day. Happy birthday to you, Tara. Happy birthday to me. This is a fresh new day, new birth, new opportunity to shine, new opportunity to be our loved and lovable selves, new opportunity to begin again, new opportunity to see things with new eyes. What are you looking at in your life? And what do you see? And can you see? Okay. Top or bottom?
Top. Please.
Yeah, we're back to exactly what we're doing right now. The cards want to remind us that we, in order to survive, we must stick together. The more and more we try to say, I'll do it. I can clean up a house by myself. I can make coffee by myself. I can toast bread by myself. Well, we all know there's certain things that while you could do them by yourselves, certain things are better together. The affirmation of the card says, I love working together with others and how it makes once impossible dreams possible. I see their strength in unity and how much we can accomplish together. Asking for help is not weak. It is powerful. We've had this card before and it hits every time. I love working together with others, Tara, and how it makes once impossible dreams possible. This goes back to the sassy pants of yesterday or day before yesterday. We were like, Dr. Flo, you got the box, you got the microphone. You can do all of these shows by yourself. You don't need anyone else. And I'm like, I love working together with others to make once impossible dreams possible. I see their strength in unity and how much we can accomplish together. This is for all of those supremacist-minded people who believe that you should pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps. Everybody knows that a dance party is better when the dance floor is full. Everybody who's ever shaken it on a dance floor. Did you have dancing at your wedding?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yes.
don't know. Listen,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. Yeah, no, you okay? What kind of music was played at your wedding?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I was not in the dance floor room most of the time. Our both of our wedding songs were country though. Flow Like the Mississippi and Perfect Storm by Brad Paisley were our wedding
Wow,
songs. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
And then I'm
So
sure there was at least a rendition or two of "Play That Funky Music, White Boy." And
I have no idea. I was talking to people who had way too much to drink that night. Yeah, that's the thing about weddings, y'all. That's how you know you did it right, is you don't remember a thing.
listen, all the weddings that I've gone to where I remember nothing was like the best. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
the good weddings.
yeah.
They're the good
I
ones.
do remember things like the pancakes and the waffles the day after, but the whole night into the morning is a wash if you do it the right way. Anyway, everybody knows that the dance floor is better when there's more people on it. And I see that there's strength in this unity and how much we can accomplish together. Asking for help is not weak, it is powerful. I don't know how we in our society backed ourselves into a corner, Tara, of believing that asking for help would somehow make us look awful in community. There are people today who will hear us, and I'll yield, who they're not going to ask for help because they're afraid of what it looks like. Go in.
I was just going to praise one of our community members. Those of you that are in the super chats this morning, there was a whole conversation where one of our community members, who's been around for a couple weeks now, was like, "Of course, ceasefire, but I need help. I want to learn more." Right? And like those kind of questions, I think in some communities, sometimes we stay silent about those, right? Sometimes we're like, we just don't know where to start, and so we're just not going to do it. And so I just wanted to applaud that community member for asking that question. And you know we're together in this, and not everyone is going to have the same education level, not everybody is going to have the same knowledge base, not everybody is going to have the same experience in a community, right? We all grew up in different spaces in the world, and so just wanted to applaud that person and encourage people, like this card is saying, to ask for help. Like, you never know who is available to help you until you ask, right? I yield.
And you got to trust and believe also that people want to help you. Like that's a decision that you have to make. You can walk around with the idea that nobody wants to help, no one wants to aid, no one wants to attend and befriend, which is a very paranoia kind of thing, right? You believe that the world is out to get you. You believe that no one's going to help you. You see your life as half empty instead of half full. Or you can trust that the love that you're looking for is also looking for you this morning. You can trust that the abundance that you're looking for is looking for you, and that of a sea of no's because you're just not a fit with what that person wants to do with their life or what they want to do with their company or organization. Those no's will make way for a yes. Because as we affirm in here every day, there is a lid for every pot. There's a lid for every pot. There's someone looking for you to meet their need, Dr. Flo. There's someone looking for you to meet their need, Tara. There's someone looking for you to meet their need, Starlight. Community, everybody who gathers this morning or watches it in the replay. I want to encourage you to do as Les Brown teaches us, to ask for help and do not stop asking until you get it. You deserve to be satisfied in this life, completely satisfied. And I have not caught up because operations got there before I did. But to whomever that is in the community that's looking for the next steps, just know that asking, as Tara was just sharing, just asking what are the next steps is a positive step in the right direction. And also, just saying that you want ceasefire is also sufficient. This morning, I can't help but think about, the fact that I've got my toast waiting here for breakfast, and that Palestinian people don't have that luxury. They are not the terrorists that seek to go into places and cause harm. These are people who want toast for breakfast. They want to eat scrambled eggs. They want to hug their children, hug their loved ones. They want great pleasure, great food, and great adventures and freedom like any other person. And I can't have my toast this morning and not think about the Somali people and the people of Sudan and the people of Palestine. It would be completely beneath my personal standard to not speak for them. Doesn't everybody want toast and jam? Doesn't everybody want to smile and be smiled at? This is universal. And there is a rising voice in the collective that is saying that this is genocide and this is wrong. You're doing to others what was did to you mercilessly. This is not a time for division. This is a time to come together. And I want to empower all of the lovers this morning, those who love life and love humans, and sing a freedom song, a song that's happy, healthy, and free of suffering. It's time for us to start to come together. The card said so. Love says so. This morning we are, and I'm pulling my notes here, even though I've been doing this for the last year, so I can pretty much pull it out of my you-know-where. But let's talk this morning about what it means to, on Sundays, ground yourself in your I am. Meaning you have done the work on Sundays in this Community Love and Action Network to show up, as many did yesterday, and have a conversation with yourself about who you are. And not who you say you are in the world, because as Angie would say, shout out to Dr. Flo's fan club, Real Loves Club. Angie would say, Dr. Flo, don't let these people stress you out because every day is Halloween. Every time we chat, Angie said to me, Dr. Flo, Dr. Flo, do not let these people stress you out because every day is Halloween, Dr. Flo. And so yesterday we were not talking about who you pretend to be on Halloween. Remember, the Japanese have this wonderful spiritual philosophy that everybody has 3 selves. All right. You have the self you show your boss and the world and the lady at the grocery store and the person at the hardware store and the person, at where else do we go?
The post office,
Yeah.
the concert hall, the music gatherings, the party. I was going to say a different word, but I think that we're not supposed to use that word anymore.
Okay, then the Applebee's,
The Applebee's,
the Wendy's. Yeah, when you're in the Wendy's, you show people that side of yourself. Then there's the other side of yourself that you show people like Tara and Starlight and like the people who are closer in network and the people who I work with in Love and Action. And Poppy Water, of course, knows that part of me. So that's my second self. Then there's a third me that only I see in the mirror when that door is closed to the bathroom. That's the person, okay, you got to really, really be mindful and in tune with. Now, the idea is that you want, and I've gotten to this place in my life, painfully so, and at times it would give me a feeling of embarrassment, but clearly I must not be because I'm filming all the time. But y'all see me. Like, you see me. Many of you have seen me brush my teeth. I'm crazy when I brush my teeth. It just foams and goes everywhere. I'm a madman. For those of you who've been following me on the live streams and been with me as long as Tara has, you see me brush my teeth and it's just You've seen me argue with my partner. You've seen the storm outs. You've seen the fight nights. You've seen all of these because you want yourself to be the same. You want those three people to become integrated, so that you're not having to put on so many masks. And so yesterday we asked ourselves about who we are. Who are you? Not who you pretend to be, but who are you really? And then once you get clear, and it's important to get clear and have an inner understanding and overstanding of who you are, then you get to graduate on Mondays into something that so many of us wait, or if you're like me, eek, 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 you get to graduate.
Here with the sticky wheels.
You get to ascend on Monday from yesterday, ever so gently, into your sacral chakra. Let's talk about your sacral chakra this morning. Let's talk about it in the framework of togetherness, okay? When you're trying to come together inside yourself, especially around your root system and your sacral chakra system, you know that you want to be creative. You know that you want to have more pleasure in your life. I have to be very, very careful on the Tickety Talks about how I talk about pleasure. I want y'all to know this morning that pleasure is a divinely given consensual right in life. You deserve pleasure. You deserve pleasure in solitude, and you deserve pleasure in community. Whether that's one or many for you Polly Pocket people. And we know you Polly Pocket people. I know you tune in because I know who watches me. So for you Polly Pocket people, you know, you have multiple areas of pleasure to explore. Being in tune with how you feel, almost had a Mitch McConnell. Being in tune with how you feel will unlock your creative power, your pleasure principle, your ability to accept change. Remember, after you know who you are, you begin to kind of come up into this feeling space. And let's be very, very clear. This is when most people get a little bit, what Tara would call waffly, or start to waffle. You know who you are. Spirit has told you who you are. The divine has told you who you are. You have decided and chosen who you want to be, because that's important for everybody to decide and choose who they want to be. Okay? To see the reality and not the smoke and mirrors. I see this morning. Thank you so much for this. Yes. You've gotten clear about that. Your reality. You've stopped telling stories to yourself. You've stopped lying to yourself. You stopped trying to make things seem better than they are. You've gotten real. And now you're moving up into these feelings. And sometimes these feelings are things like self-doubt and fear and alarm and worry, right? This is the moment to anchor yourself in your emotional wellness. You can always go to our website and look at the emotion wheels there and figure out, how do I feel about this situation? I want everyone to take a moment to look around the room for the color orange. I don't have a lot of orange in here today, and I'm not wearing my colorful scarf, but look for orange. And as you find orange things, just begin to think on joy. Start to think about the increasing of your energy and use it as a color. I see that orange. Thank you so much. As a color to prime your success. You can eat foods like nuts and seeds and oranges and pumpkins, and you can charge crystals like carnelian, moonstone, orange calcite, and sunstone. Focusing on the lower abdomen under the belly button and affirming over yourself, I feel. Take a moment now. Maybe this is the first time of your day. I feel balanced. I feel energized. Coffee's got me buzzing. This coffee is just, I mean, this coffee does something to me to where it actually I can feel the bing bing. You know, some coffees don't have that effect. So I feel energized.
Got the bing bong. Bing bong, bing bong.
How do you feel, Tara?
Bing bong, bing bong. I feel productive. I feel creative, which I'm thankful for. Last week I didn't feel very creative. I feel nuanced. I know, interesting. I feel grateful. I feel loved. I feel valued. I feel directional and discerning. Yeah. Yeah.
Could you tease back out more of the discerning?
Yeah, I think, I said something in Boost one of the days last week because y'all hear me ramble on and riff and go as we do. And I said something about, being the leader when I'm frankly more comfortable not being the leader. But I also noticed over the weekend, I was doing my old news, which those of you that don't know what old news is and don't follow me on Instagram, it's a story series on Instagram where I reshare my stories from the last 4 years. And you can sort of see the evolution of Radical Tara. And you can see like a lot of the concepts that were sort of long-winded back in the day have been condensed to like joy is the revolution. Like I was talking about joy 4 years ago, right? But now I'm very much like discerning what that message actually is and how it can carry. I found something, I think it was from 2021, that was like, I'm ready to be the leader that you all are calling me to be. And I just have realized that like over the last 3 years, I have really tried, but there have been points when I'm like, oop, nope. But then as I was talking about the community member earlier that asked, I was like, oh, I actually have the answers to this. Like, and so being discerning and being more bold and being more directional with the way in which I'm spreading my message, and my message of the belief, right, that has been deduced down into this very simple statement of I believe all people should be free, right? That's the simple statement. I believe all people should be free. And the extended statement is I believe all people should be free from the oppression of the world and from the entanglements that they place upon themselves, right? But I believe at the base that all people should be free.
I believe that all people should be free.
I believe that all people should be free. And so like seeing that in progression and seeing it in like the context of January 6th and seeing how I responded to January 6th in particular in 2021 on my Instagram and the discussions that were had on my Instagram stories, I really like, I feel very directional and very discerning today in terms of being able to share that message in ways that carry, like even like that reel that I did on Saturday. I actually recorded it on Friday, but I stole it from my own stories, like find a better quote, find a better quote, find a better quote, folks, of Martin Luther King. Find a better quote. You don't need that one, find a different one, right? And like sharing it in that way where it's not quite so careful, it's not quite so bow on top, it's not quite so nice, but it's still a message that people can take to heart and move. That's what I mean by directional and discerning this morning. And I'm excited to delve into a couple of posts that I want to make for MLK Day. Yeah, and share that memo and connect it to ceasefire in Palestine and these things. So yeah, he's got the smirk on. I don't know if TikTok can see the smirk, but he's got the smirk.
It could be. This is the smirk of the bliss of watching you become more in front of me. I'm the kind of friend, I'm the kind of community member, I'm the kind of coach. I really enjoy watching y'all win. I really, in the same way that your message distilled down to all of those bite-sized nuggets that you're now giving to the people, you watched me over the years come to this loved and lovable thing. It was so big. Like I felt like I had so much to say to the world. And if I said more to them, then it would just prove something to them about my intellect or prove something about, give more opportunities to connect. And so many ways in which we just try to be more and get more and have more when spirit, shamalama ding dong, your higher nature, the part of you that wants you to win is just trying to get you really, really into this place of simplicity. You are simply loved and lovable. You're simply loved and lovable. Joy is simply the revolution. Simply. Like if you could just commit yourself just for today to taking up and inhabiting whatever spaces of joy that you have, we're not all in the same circumstances and conditions. I do know that all of y'all watching us have access to smart devices, which means that you can electronically and technologically tap into some kind of joy today. Is it a joyful playlist? Is it a uplifting affirmation YouTube video? Is it a stretching practice for free 99? We're really, Tara's removing the entanglements and I'm coming in after all the excuses. And cultivating a community around me, like last night or night before last, I was like, no excuses, Dr. Flo. No excuses. Why are you so far behind on Monopoly Go? Anyway, so when you're in balance in your sacral chakra, you will kill all of the joy and fun in your life. We don't do that here in Love and Action Network. We have fun every day. We're joyful every day on purpose. People can't really hang out with us unless they're tapped into their joy because we're not doing all of this nonsense. Roger that. When you are in balance in your sacral chakra, you won't be able to receive or handle pleasure in demon time. And because of your inability to handle that pleasure, you may be closed off from your emotions and your ability to express your needs. That's not to say that you need to tap into any kind of pleasure areas of your life in order to have emotions. It's just understand that all of you, like you're one unit. And so I can't talk about it on TikTok because we are censored here, but just make sure that you are fully expressing yourself in life and having all of your proper releases. If you don't have your proper releases, that's exercise and any other pleasure principle, you can be imbalanced. There are good chemicals that are released from us when we are tapped into our sacral chakra. We're able to have healthy pleasure demon time with people. We're able to be creative, not only out in life, but also in those private areas. We're able to be emotionally expressive. We're not closed off from ourselves, and we're able to lean into human connection by knowing how we feel. Remember, your feelings are the red, yellow, and green light that clicks you into where you're going. Tara, day 2, reading a practice. I'm watching the clock for you. We'll be out of here in 5.
Great. Yes. So those of you that didn't join yesterday or haven't been joining, we read each day from 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact by Melody Beattie. We are on week 3 of the year. We went over the quest and we went over integrity last week, and this week is practice. And so day 2 is very short, but day 1 was very long. I still encourage you to have a notes app or a notebook or something open so you can catch the nuggets, because this lady hits hard, and to continuously come back to this as you need it. And it has to do with feeling. Imagine that. Synergy. All right. So, day 2, keep throwing values at the problem. Eventually, something will stick. And we'll read it one more time and then I'll read the application. Keep throwing values at the problem. Eventually, something will stick. And the application of the week is: consider each day of your life as an opportunity to consciously learn, practice, and apply values that are important to you. Usually, the situations that require us to practice our values feel the most difficult. I'll read that one more time. Consider each day of your life as an opportunity to consciously learn, practice, and apply values that are important to you. Usually, the situations that most require us to practice our values feel the most difficult. And I think I'll just riff a second that, I see this thing, and I talked about it with Flo privately last night, as Flo was spiraling and doom scrolling, and doing, and just like, why isn't anybody talking about this? Why isn't anybody listening? Why are we not saying, it's been 100 days of genocide? What are we doing? And I think that a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to forego your values or change your values to be against these things. That you can actually throw your own values, your own morality, your own religious beliefs at this issue, right? This particular issue. Or, police murders, right? State sanctioned murder. Okay. Ghettos. I don't think I'm supposed to use that word on TikTok. So yes, or Flint, right? Like, you have a set of values. Values are not things that are stagnant. They are things that can be used in action. And I think that's where we get a little lost, is like that you need to adopt another value or someone else's value in order to participate in a discussion or participate in calling your representatives, which, by the way, 5calls.org added another one. And it makes it very, very easy to contact your representatives. It gives you a speech, like it literally gives you a transcript, and all you do is just call from the app, 5calls.org. You can download the app. You call from the app, you read the stuff, you leave your address, and then your call is tallied. That's it. It's very, very easy to do. But they've added another one on there to make the U.S. accountable for the bombs that they have dropped in the Middle East. So that's a very important one, in terms of updates that I saw this morning. But just again, to practice your values, practice throwing them, practice using them. Because what are your values, as Flo says about love? What are your values if they're not in action? What are your values if they're not poured out? What are your values if you're not actually living by them? Right? They're just mouth sounds. They're just mouth sounds. It's just stuff that you're spewing that you may or may not actually believe. Right? When you put your values in action, when you pour them out, when you use them in community with people, then you can really start to decide, is that my value, or is something else my value, right? You can't just simply believe in a value because you believe in a value and not put any experience behind that value. You must practice using value, right? Or using that particular value. I yield.
Why do I hang with this lady? You heard it for yourself. It's also the reason why we put it right on the marquee. Love in action is a value for us in this community to put in our own big ways and small ways every day. Our love in action. To be about that life instead of talking about it. to be a doer of the word of love and not a hearer only. Powerful stuff. Ice cream's so good. Ice cream's so good. Thank you, Tara. I think one of my values and one of our collectively shared values is freedom and access to freedom. And so every day that I draw breath and every day that I get up, I'm like, how can I get more free in my life? And how can I set the people free? And I've liberated hundreds, if not thousands, of people by sheerly being present to my own freedom. Freedom is contagious. Okay? Got a bunch of people sitting around in chains. One of them gets free. Well, how did they get free? They wanted to be free. Oh, I want to be free too. Let's go. Where's my card? And let's go together. And let's go together. I'll read the card one more time. I love working together with others and how it makes once impossible dreams possible. On that note, thank you, Tara Olo Studio, for being my vocal captain, chief admin and operations officer for Love and Action Network, and all around good time, work spouse, friend, soul sibling. Yes, you know. I love you so much. As you clean up your studio to get ready to teach in about 7 minutes, thank you for helping me make the impossible dreams possible. Thank you, Starlight Mystic, and all of the Love and Action Network members for popping by this morning. We'll make sure that we get attendance done. It's so good to see you and be in your energy and to rise together. When one boat rises in the tides, all of them do. I see that there is strength in unity and how much we can accomplish together. Asking for help is not weak. It is powerful. It will change your life. We're going to close this morning with the authenticity chant from 197 of Emergent Strategy, which is the Love and Action Network sacred text. We lean into this more than anything else here at present. I love that she talks about on 196 that it's important that we practice coevolution through friendship. It's how communities have survived, and it is Harriet Tubman going back to free others because it wasn't enough to only free herself. Tara and I are already free in our lives. Our lives are not perfect, but we're already free inside. We're coming back to free you inside. I don't care what happens in this life to me. I'm free inside because life is happening for me. Let me not posture. Let me not front. Let me not say yes to lives I don't want. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am, no trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me. Let me just love me. Let me just love me all over the place. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And may a bigger love, big, overtake your entire heart today like a love storm. Like a love storm. May your joy be full. May you see the good in everything and everybody. And may you receive the lessons that grow you to become more loved and lovable every day. As above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. Thank you, higher power. Thank you, higher power in me. We will put our love in action today and every day. And we will see all of our friends very, very soon online. May the force be with you. Mars Benuto, Ashiga Ganada, under his eye. May the Lord open. Blessed be the fruit. Child, blessed be the fruit. Bye, y'all. Blessed be the fruit.